Good evening. This is Whitney McPherson with Lumpkin County High School. We're going to share a lot of information that you need to know tonight about your students' 8th to 9th grade transition. First, I want to introduce our administrative team, our principal, Mr. Billy Kirk. I'm Whitney McPherson. I work mostly with curriculum and instruction and with our counseling team. Mr. Brian Matthews works with facilities and operations and handles most of the school discipline. And Ms. Powell is assistant principal for student services and works with 504s, hospital homebound, and with students with individual education plans. I also want to introduce you to our student supports team. Our lead counselor this year is Ms. Jessica Dietrich, and our counselor for last names P through Z is Rhonda Irvin. Joe Jones is our graduation coach and works with students in grades 6 through 12 on making sure that they stay on their individual graduation plan and are prepared for graduation when they reach 12th grade. This year we have a social worker here at the high school. Ms. Joni McElwaney works to meet the needs of students outside of the normal school needs. Our guidance secretary is Ms. Julie Self, and Kim Gooch is our registrar. So we are going to go through academics and electives, as well as how you can stay connected during your students' high school experience. And if you have any questions, just reach out and let us know. The registration process is probably one of the first questions that comes up when you talk about the 8th to 9th grade transition is what classes will your student have and what will their schedule look like. So your students' 8th grade teachers made academic recommendations for their four core academics: math, science, English, and social studies for next school year. Your students attended an elective fair here last week on February 17th. And so now we are working to enter all of those course requests into Infinite Campus. We will turn around a final grid schedule. They will be mailed home to you. Typically, we send home course requests in March. We did that at the parent night. I printed them for the parent night on February 17th for approval and changes. We'll probably send those home as well in March once they're in Infinite Campus. And then we'll send home the final grid schedule in May. We do offer multiple opportunities for you to make changes or adjustments to the schedule as needed if your students' academic plans change or if they decide they need to change an elective. This year, our Health and Personal Fitness summer program will happen between May 31st and June 10th from 7:30 to 11:30 a.m. here at Lumpkin County High School. This is for students who are involved in a Lumpkin County High School sports program or our Band of Gold, and those students need to take year-long weight training or year-long band, and so we allow them to get their health and personal fitness over the summer. So those students will have to log 45 hours of workouts with their sport or band and then take the face-to-face health class May 31st through June 10th here with a health teacher. That is a program that you do have to sign up for in advance. So the link is here on the bottom, tinyurl.com/LCHS Health 2023.
Hi, this is Jessica Dietrich. I'm one of the counselors here at Lumpkin County High School. I'm going to be talking with you about some things that you need to know in regards to the high school environment and staying on path to graduate and maximizing your time academically here at the high school. So checking your transcript carefully. In the high school, all students have a running record of their grades and courses taken. That's called a transcript. That actually begins when students start any high school credit courses. So typically your current 8th grade student will already have earned physical science credit or some other potential high school credits during their time in 8th grade. And then again, that transcript is very important because it shows a student's history all throughout their time here in high school. If a student takes a class and does not pass, it will always show up on the transcript. A student would have to retake that class to be able to earn credit. So that is important for students to take their grades and their classes seriously, definitely in high school, to keep up with that transcript. The 4-year plan here in high school, all of our students are on different plans and pathways in order to meet their individual goals and interests and needs about what they want to do or family plans after high school. So we work really hard with our students, our academic teachers, our homeroom teacher advisement program, our counselor's office, every semester managing that 4-year plan and that discussion with students about what those interests are and keeping that 4-year plan up to date to be able to be on track for high school graduation and whatever goals or plans are after high school for that student. Rigor, what rigor is typically students that take their advanced level junior science and math classes, academic courses that are AP or dual enrollment courses. And why that's important, rigor is required especially for those students who are looking to try to earn the Hope Scholarship, which I'll talk about in a moment, as well as students who are really interested in going to a four-year college or university or a competitive type program, college athletics. Having that rigor demonstrated here in high school is very important to being able to go directly into those four-year college pathways. Speaking of pathways here at the high school, pathways refers to that subject, a student taking 3 or more courses in that subject. Pathways are important because it helps students first start, for example, let's say music technology 1, and not just taking visual art 1, then theater 1, and having a sampling of all these lower level courses, but having a deeper set of skills and knowledge in an area that interests them. So a pathway here at the high school is 3 or more classes in their subject area. Keeping up with grades, so students, again, that transcript will always have a student's grades, their GPA, their grade point average, again, very important for four-year college, two-year colleges, scholarships, athletics, all those kind of good things. So high school is a very important time for students to be cognizant of their grades and keeping up with their classes because they are definitely something that will open up options for them after high school. Language classes. So it is not a graduation requirement to have modern language classes in high school. However, if a student wants to go directly to a four-year college after they graduate from high school, they must have 2 or more credits in the same language. So here at Lumpkin, we offer French, so French 1 or French 2, or Spanish, so Spanish 1 or Spanish 2. Hope and Zell Miller, I'll talk about those in just a moment. The Hope calculation. Hope GPA is separate than a student's The Hope GPA calculation. Hope GPA is calculated separately than a student's overall high school GPA. And why a Hope GPA is important, this is actually what students earn credits and progress toward having Hope Scholarship when they leave high school. Hope Scholarship is the big program here in Georgia that pays about 75% of tuition here in 2-year or 4-year colleges for Georgia. So it is a huge deal to definitely, again, as we keep stressing, taking grades seriously, taking the classes seriously so that students have lots of different options and money on the table when they leave high school. So Hope GPAs are calculated, again, separately than the high school GPA. This is not something that Lumpkin County High School keeps track of or calculates on our own. This is actually a state system from the Georgia Student Finance Commission that's based on the student social security number. So students and parents can actually see a student's Hope GPA at any point during their high school career by going and creating an account with the student social security number at gafutures.org. So that will be something that students and parents can see, as well as here in the counseling office, we can see the Hope GPA progress during their time here in high school. And we work pretty closely with our 11th and 12th grade students as they get closer to graduation to keep them updated on what their progress is toward earning Hope Scholarship, if that is a goal for our students. So which courses count for Hope? So only those classes and credits taken in grades 9 through 12 go into the Hope GPA. So any credits that a student earned in 8th grade or middle school will not count in the Hope GPA. So they do start fresh for earning Hope as soon as they walk in the doors for 9th grade. Hope GPA is different than the high school GPA, where high school GPA takes every class a student has taken on their transcript. Hope GPA is only based on the core academic classes. So that's going to be your students' English, math, science, social studies, and the modern language classes. It gives grades on the following scale. A's get 4 points, B's get 3 points, C's get 2 points, and D's and F's get 0 points into the HOPE GPA. So students who have a 90 or above, whether it's a 90 to a 99, they will get 4 points into their HOPE GPA. Same, an 80 to an 89 is a B, so those would get the 3 points. Those students who take more challenging classes, let's say it's an AP class or a dual enrollment class, and they get a C or a B, they actually get a 0.5 boost to their HOPE GPA because those are a little bit more difficult classes to take. So they do recognize that and give that boost in their HOPE GPA. At any point, again, if students have questions or parents have questions about HOPE GPA progress, please make an account at gafutures.org or reach out to us in the counseling office and we'll be happy to help. This next slide shows some of the major programs here in Georgia that help pay for college and technical programs here in the state. So these are definitely super important for students to be able to look forward to. It doesn't really matter if they want to go straight to a four-year college, a competitive place, or if they're the type of student, I just want to get through high school, get working really quickly. There's lots of great ways to pay for technical training and certificate classes at our technical colleges as well. So a couple of these big programs I'll talk about. The first one is going to be HOPE Scholarship. Again, that's the one that pays about 70-75% of college tuition at 2 or 4 year colleges in Georgia. It requires students graduate with a 3.0 or higher HOPE GPA, again on that gafutures.org HOPE progress report, and students have to earn at least 4 or more rigor courses. So those are usually the math, science, language classes at level 2 or above during their time here in high school. So Zell Miller is the higher version of HOPE Scholarship. It will pay 100% of tuition at the 2 or the 4 year colleges here in Georgia. Again, still have to have 4 or more rigor classes in high school. Then students have to have a higher HOPE GPA, so a 3.7 or higher HOPE GPA when they graduate the end of senior year. And then they must obtain a 1200 or higher SAT in one test state or a 26 or higher ACT in one test state. Then down here at the bottom of the slide are information about HOPE Grant, Zell Miller Grant, HOPE Career Grant. These are 3 major programs at the technical colleges to help pay for students doing more workforce development programs or something a little bit more quicker that's not a 4-year bachelor's level degree program. There's lots of great ways to help pay for college. Doesn't matter what students are interested in. So the goal here is we'll work very closely in the counseling office with your family or student during their 4 years here at Lumpkin County High School so that whatever they're interested in, we can make sure we work towards being able to meet requirements that are specific to your student. Again, also rigor, it's listed here on this slide, typically going to be your level 2 and above language classes, so your Spanish 2 or French 2 and above, any dual enrollment core classes, AP classes, and then math, which starts in junior year, typically algebra 2 and above, or science classes like chemistry, forensics, human anatomy. Those all count for rigor.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Irvin, one of the school counselors here at Lumpkin County High School. I want to review our graduation requirements. So each student must obtain 28 credits in order to graduate from high school. These credits include 4 in English, 4 in math, 4 in science, 4 in social studies, 1 in health and personal fitness, 3 courses in a pathway such as business, carpentry, auto. We have several different pathways to pick from, and then 8 additional courses to equal 28 credits in order to graduate. We have several different sports here at Lumpkin County High School. Students must be eligible to play sports and then also remain eligible. Students must pass 3 of their 4 classes each semester in order to remain eligible to play sports, and they also must be on track to graduate with their cohort. Here at Lumpkin County High School, we have a peer mentoring program. We have upperclassmen that serve as peer mentors. These peers these mentors meet with a small group of freshmen during the TAA time. And during this time, students and their peers, their peer mentors, discuss relevant issues. This also gives our peer mentors a chance to serve in leadership roles and to build relationships with underclassmen. We want students, our incoming freshmen, to understand that adjusting to high school is a little different than being in the middle school. So some things to keep in mind. Our school operates on a block schedule, so students take 4 classes in the fall and then 4 different classes in the spring. These classes are 90 minutes long, so it's important that students understand that and keep up with their work. There is a higher level of responsibility and maturity that is expected of high school students. Another thing to keep in mind is that students move from one grade level to the next based on the number of credits that they earn each year. There are a variety of classes that students take, so there's a little more freedom in choosing the classes that a student wants. That's different than middle school. So students can choose their electives and they have an opportunity to explore a lot of different careers. Attendance is extremely important, and we stress that daily, because when students are not in school, they have missed the opportunity to learn. Attendance is extremely important. As I mentioned before, classes meet for 90 minutes each day. So each day that a student is not here, they miss a lot of material, and it is extremely difficult to make up. So we truly want to help you understand that it is important to be here every day. Each student has an individual graduation plan. So these are plans that myself and the other counselors go over with students at least once a year. So an individual graduation plan tracks the credits that each student earns each year. So on the screen you see a breakdown of what the plan looks like and where we record the grades and credits earned. And typically a student will have 9th grade English, 10th grade English, and American Lit, and a 4th English, and then Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, and a 4th math credit. And then history, world history, American government, U.S. history, and economics. And then a student must take either physical science or physics, environmental science or chemistry, and then biology and a 4th science. And then on this plan, we also document students' health and PE credit, their elective credits, and then if they choose to take a modern language. So each plan is tailored toward the student and what they want to do when they graduate from high school. And we review these credits with, review these plans with students, again, at least once a year.
This slide shows an example of a 4-year plan. All of our current 8th graders that will be with us as 9th graders next school year are going to be working with their middle school counselors and our graduation coach, Coach Jones, over the next few weeks and months to be updating what their current 4-year plan looks like before they leave middle school and come here to 9th grade, as well as this is something we work with our students each semester they're here in high school to be able to focus on whatever they are interested in doing. Sometimes a student may find they get into a specific area for their academics or their electives and they decide, that's not really for me, or maybe I need to slow it down a little bit, or they find something that they're interested in more than what they thought originally. That's all fine. The graduation plan can change, and there's multiple different ways and paths for students to meet the requirements to graduate with their high school diploma. So again, that's our goal, to work with students and update those graduation plans each semester. So typically our students, as incoming 9th graders, they'll have 4 academics. So they'll have 1 English, 1 math, a science, and a social studies. And then if they're not doing the summer health and personal fitness course that's mentioned earlier in this presentation, that fifth class selection will be their health and personal fitness graduation requirement, and then 3 electives of their own choosing. So 8 total credits. Our goal is typically, because we do 4 classes in the fall and 4 classes in the spring, most of our students will have 2 of their academics and 2 electives in fall, and then 2 more of their academics and 2 other of their electives in the spring. If a student is more focused or academically advanced or ready for more of a challenge and has really good work ethic, they may be a candidate for looking at doing 3 academics and 1 elective by using one of their elective slots to be a more challenging academic elective type of a choice. And that really depends on the student. But typically we'll have our students scheduled in 9th grade. They'll have 2 academics, 2 electives in fall, 2 more academics, 2 more electives in the spring. If you'd like to learn more about all of the great elective pathways that we have available here at Lumpkin County High School, I highly suggest you check out our awesome virtual tour website that gives you kind of a glimpse into what all choices we have available, as well as what those are, the opportunities and interests that students can explore in those different areas. Our great virtual tour is at this website here, www.lchsvirtualtour.weebly.com. And on this page, you'll be able to find all the different elective areas that we offer and videos explaining what students do, why those are interesting, why students gravitate towards those different areas. So that's a great resource for you as family to be able to help educate yourself and help students make choices as well. LCHS elective pathways. We have all different kinds of opportunities for our students to explore and kind of develop those interests and things to get involved here at the high school. So students are not locked into any specific elective pathway. The goal is to take 3 or more classes in one interest area that's listed here on the slide. But at any time students find that their interests or their needs change, again, that's why we work really closely with our students every semester. As they get into high school, things and priorities may change. So we do want to work on updating those graduation plans from time to time. So lots of different things available here in the career technical education. We offer classes in automotive, carpentry, teaching as a profession, healthcare, audiovisual technology, business, computer science, agriculture, and we have a JROTC program. So lots of great opportunities for those students who are in all of our CTAE programs. These students learn wonderful skills, a lot of them connected with getting certified for things to be able to work, business and industry. So these are great options we have available. Fine arts here at the high school, we have band, chorus, drama, visual arts, music technology, and guitar available. Physical education, all students, again, to graduate with a high school diploma must have their health and personal fitness PE requirement, but outside of that one PE class that all students must complete, students can also sign up to take other PE electives such as team sports, weight training, or outdoor education. Modern language, again, we have Spanish and French available here at the high school. Academic pathways, so we have lots of different choices students can explore in the academic areas. So typically those might be AP Human Geography or AP World History. Writer's Workshop and Podcast Journalism or Journalism Yearbook are all in our English department and focus on those skills in journalism. AP Environmental Science, as incoming 9th graders, students can choose to take AP Environmental Science instead of the regular or honors Environmental Science to meet that graduation science requirement. And then we also look to have AP Computer Science, and that's an advanced placement course for students to be able to earn college credit in the area of computer science interest.
One of the most important parts of the 8th to 9th grade transition is making sure that you stay connected with the high school. One of the ways to do that is to make sure that you sign up for our Indian Memo, which is a newsletter that comes out every Friday, emailed to your inbox with our high school schedule, as well as all of the deadlines and upcoming events for LCHS. You can sign up today by going to tinyurl.com/Indian Memo. You will also want to check out our Lumpkin County High School counseling website. Our counselors do a phenomenal job of keeping that up to date with all relevant information, including our link to our curriculum guide, all of our elective videos, our 360-degree tour, as well as all of the upcoming dates and events. You can also check out Lumpkin County High School. If you are unable to take our tour on Parent Night, you can go to lchsvirtualtour.weebly.com and check out our interactive 360 virtual tour of our facilities here so that you can see all of the wonderful things that we have to offer at Lumpkin County High School. We know that it can be very intimidating for ninth grade students to walk in on the first day of school without having an opportunity to meet their teachers and walk their schedule. So we have a freshman focus just for them. During pre-planning the afternoon of Lumpkin County High School's open house, we offer a freshman focus, which is just for new ninth grade students to walk their bell schedule, meet their teacher, open their locker, and set up their lunch accounts. We hope that you'll be able to join us. A flyer for freshman focus will come out when the grid schedules are mailed home in May. Google Classroom is a one-stop shop for all things registration. It's important for you to join your students' Google Classroom so that you get all of those notifications as well. Our teachers have Google Classrooms for their class notifications, and we use a cohort or class of 2026 Google Classroom to communicate all things registration and scheduling. Here's a list of helpful links that may help you as you are planning for your students' post-secondary careers. I know that Ms. Dietrich talked earlier about your Georgia Futures account. That's one great website to go ahead and get in, set up your account to monitor your students' HOPE GPA. You can also link here to our curriculum guide and our individual graduation plan if you want to dig a little bit deeper into the courses and programs that are required and offered at Lumpkin County High School. Once again, we are here to serve you. We are available by email or phone call. Reach out if you have any questions or concerns, and we're happy to help. You can find us online on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with all of the great things happening here at Lumpkin County High School. Thanks for taking the time to join us for the 8th to 9th grade transition video. We hope that you enjoy the rest of your 8th grade year, and we look forward to seeing you here next year at Lumpkin County High School. Go Indians!